Hello, it is Mindset Monday, and I am so psyched about. Oh man, I've been in a training weekend all weekend where I was coaching other people and learning a lot for myself about myself as I was coaching them. And I, I'm so grateful for the opportunities that I have because honestly, like I get to have, I experience a lot of interesting changes, transformations for myself in the way that I coach simply by being in weekends where I am coaching other people. And something that I found for myself is like I can struggle and push really, really hard in something because I want it to look a certain way, you know? And I see this with teams. And this, the weekend I was in, the training weekend, it was all about building team. And everybody has a different definition of team, right? Like you can imagine it. It's very different to play on a team when it's a soccer team versus a team in a work environment. But both are there's plenty of soccer teams that play for fun, but there are also professional soccer teams that it's their job to play, right? And so in the work world, there are a lot of different kinds of team environments, and everybody has a different definition of how to play team. And what I found is you can struggle against your team, or you can struggle against what's happening, but that's not really going to help you play team, right? And I noticed this a lot in career transitions too. I've had clients before who said, I've been struggling for so long, I've been doing this for so long, and I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not getting to where I want to be. And usually what I find is it's because we're very attached to how it needs to look. We think teams should look a certain way, therefore individual players of the team will fight for it going that way, right? For being team in a certain way that that maybe the rest of the team isn't going to be supportive of. Maybe it doesn't work for them. And what I find is that like we often forget about that. We forget about how everybody has a different design. Wow, I look like I'm two-faced. All right, let's move over here a little bit. That's better. So what I saw was a team fighting with each other, and they're receiving coaching from it and like learning how to pull together, but they all have different definitions of team, right? So they needed to give up some of their definitions of team in order to play team. Like you can't have 10 soccer players on the field, and all of them want to be the one that scores the goal. Somebody has to defend the goal. Somebody has to support the goalie to defend the goal. Some people are, the guys who assist in making the goal happen, but aren't the people who score the final goal. Everybody has a unique role on a team. And when you expect it to look a certain way and for other people to be a certain way, but that it's not in their nature, they're not going to be able to do that. The same goes for a job search. We often look at a job search and say, well, I'm not really into it. Like, I don't want to do it this way. Like, I want to do it my way. And if your way hasn't been getting you a lot of results, then why are you continuing to do that? Why are you continuing to set yourself up in that way that you're not getting what you want out of it? And the reason why I say that is because I see a lot of people applying online and not getting very far, but they're saying, well, everyone online is saying this is how it works, except for the people who talk about networking, which are relatively few. A lot of people are saying, how do you fix your resume? How do you fix your online profile? How do you apply for a job online? And frankly, if you're doing the same thing over and over again, it's not going to create a new result, right? If a team of soccer players are using some tactics and they're not working to get, to get a goal, they're going to change tactics, right? They're going to change what they're doing. And the same goes for you and your job search. You shouldn't be waiting months. I mean months as in, or I should say maybe even half a year. You need about 3 months to see if a tactic works. And if it's not working, then it's time to see what tweaks can you make? How can you refine the process? How can you improve upon the process? And see what changes from there. You know, and I think a lot of people would rather, well, they'd say, well, I'm not sending out enough applications. That's why I'm not hearing back. So they'll start sending out more applications. But at some point, it's time to quit applying for jobs online and find a new method, right? And that new method could be as easy as networking, right? So this is what I talk about a lot. And this is why I have that lead magnet. I call it a lead magnet. It's like the free video, right? Where you can watch and find out a lot about this. And, you know, it's an important thing for you guys to look at, because, you know, your job search, if you feel stuck, if you feel like you're doing the same thing over and over again and you're not sure how to move forward, then it's time to make a change, right? It's time to make a difference in your life. It's time to do something new that can get you jobs. And your question might be, well, what could that be? Well, if you're not sure how to tweak your career strategy, then let's do an assessment together. I have 20-minute assessments for a reason, and we can talk about what it is that will support you in your career. Because right now, what's not working is not working, and if you continue going about the same thing, you're only continuing the same process, right? So I'm going to post my career assessment link at the end of this video in this thread, and you can take a look at it and say, you know what? I think I need a career assessment this week. I think I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong in my career, in my transition. Because if you've been job searching for more than 6 months, then it's time to figure out what's going on and create a new strategy for yourself. But the only way you're going to do it is with this mindset shift, right? You need to shift away from well, this is the way I want to do it, and into, I'm open to a new set of possibilities that will get me what I want, right? It doesn't matter how it happens. It matters that it happens, right? So get out of the how and get into the what you want. And once you know what you want, then it becomes a question of trusting the process. You trust your team, you trust your soccer team to score goals so that you stay in the same place. If you're a defender, you trust that the rest of your team who's moving forward towards the other side to score a goal will score the goal. You don't run up and take care of it yourself. You don't break away from what your job is. You stay in place because of trust, and you get to trust your process too. And if you're having trouble figuring out what to do next, that's what coaches are here for. That's why I'm offering this career assessment. That's why I think it's so important for you to find ways to move forward and have it happen. So, you know, it's time to get on it, because if you're doing the same thing over and over again, it's not going to create the result that you want. And it's with the mindset that it must look a certain way that it's stopping you now. So break away from the mindset and open up to new possibilities. You might not know what those new possibilities are, but that's what I'm here for. So let's get talking. Let's talk in this group. Let's talk over the phone. That's what I'm here for. So let's make it happen. And let's make it happen today, because you know, there's no moment but right now. And what are you waiting for any longer? You get to have the career that you want right now. You don't need to wait any longer. So let's get going with it. I love you guys. Have a great Monday. Bye.